Hey guys, welcome to episode number 9 of the Derby Covered Live, and to start off this episode, we're currently on 11 points after 11 games, which technically is enough for us to stay in the Premier League. Obviously we're 15th at the minute. We haven't had a win in quite a while since the career mode patch, which is, I want it to be realistic. At the minute we are 3 points clear of the relegation zone. Stoke and Burnley are on 4 and 5 points, so for us to be on 11, I'm not too worried. I know we haven't been doing that well in performances, but then again we've been doing well in the Europa League, so I think when we get through this group stage, then we'll start to really, I think, we've had quite a tough run in the Premier League, to be frankly honest. That Bournemouth game away from home, maybe we could have won that, but Everton, Man City, Wolves we just played in the league, West Ham are difficult, maybe could have done a bit better against Watford, but yeah, like all in all, this game against Brighton is actually a very good one, but then again it is away from home, which is quite a big difference in quality. Obviously Burnley at home there, that's a winnable game. Stoke we have twice in December, they're both winnable games. Palace and Southampton as well, both reasonably easy. So yeah, we'll see where we are when we get to January, and hopefully we're not in the relegation zone, but hopefully we're not too high. It's a bit of a balancing act to get us exactly where we should probably be. So in between the two episodes, since we haven't been in the best of form recently, I thought I'd make a new formation. It's basically a 4-3-2-1, but what I've done is basically just move Shinnie back into a CDM role, just for a bit more defensive cover, and then it gives Hughes and Oscar, like Hughes I think I want further up the pitch, having an impact, so this way he's a little bit more free, and also means Yarmolenko is slightly closer to the striker. I've gone with Rooney for the time being, just because I just feel like he's a lot better at scoring. If I put a chance for Rooney, he's got much better curve, he's got much better ball control. Obviously the finishing's better with Marriott, but other than that, all skill attributes are better for Rooney. So I think that bit of finishing isn't going to make the world of difference. Yeah, Wilson as well as another player that might do a bit better in this kind of formation, just because he is slightly closer to the striker. I did actually just swap Songkrasin for Rooney there, and obviously Songkrasin as well can play left or right forward. So let's go into the first game against Brighton at the Amex. Let me have a quick look and see where they are at the minute in the table. Shouldn't be too far away from us. Maybe they're in 18th. No, they're above us. They are in 10th, so they're doing quite well. 4 wins, 4 losses and 3 draws so far, just below Arsenal and Spurs. So maybe it'll be a bit harder than I thought. Here we are then at the Amex against Brighton Hove Albion. Obviously we did play them in the FA Cup last season in real life, and Ashley Cole got his first FA Cup goal. So what I've done for this game is put Wilson on the left forward and Yarmolenko on the right forward. However, I don't think it's only because Bowen's a slightly bit low on fitness. But basically I need to get Harry Wilson a little bit more involved. And interestingly enough, I don't know if this is a 4-3-3 or a 5-2-3. This is actually very odd, because that's Dan Burn at right wing. Ooh, not too sure why he's playing it. I'm sure that's Dan Burn, the centre back, who's about 6'6", playing at right wing. So maybe that's a bit of a glitch. But yeah, also Matt Clark at CDM, it seems, unless they're playing a 5 at the back. And obviously he's playing against his former club. Walton in goal, DeMarcos and Philip Max in the defence at fullback, then Adam Webster and Balogun, Pascal Gross and Basuma, Donny up front, just came back on loan from Galatasaray I think, Trossard and Dan Burn. I think it's the centre back. I'll be able to see quite quickly. Yeah, it is. It's number 13. Yeah, number 33. Sorry. Not too sure why he's playing at right wing. Maybe they have injuries, but I don't think a centre back should be playing right wing realistically. Chance here for Oscar on the overlap. Can he find the back of the net? It's a good shot. It's into Harry Wilson in the right place at the right time. The Welshman does get his first goal from open play. He did score from a penalty against Wolves, but that was only 4-1 in that game, so it didn't really mean much. But this is the first goal. Yeah, I don't mind those kind of goals, as long as you're in the right place to get the goal. I'm more than happy. Chance here for Brighton on the overlap with Philip Max. A very attacking fullback. I've had to put Schurz out there. Goes to Gross, back to Philip Max on his right foot this time. Cuts past Shinnie and into the back of the net from the German to make it 1-0. I didn't quite realise he had that good of a shot on him. He's very good. I actually had him on Football Manager this year for about 3 seasons. It was brilliant. I think I sold it for about 40 mil in the end, but yeah, it's one of those where it's a player out of position, you know, like the left wing back playing up front, it just overloads the attacking areas. It makes it very difficult to prevent the goal, and that's his first goal of the season. I must say we're finding a bit more space in this formation. It's into Rooney in the box now. Can he put it across the face of goal? He does, but cleared away to Oscar. Now into Yarmolenko, just wide of the post. That's it for Yarmolenko. It's into Oscar in the box with the shot blocked by Matt Clark, I think that is, and out for a goal kick. Obviously, the former Derby County man stopping a goal there. He's not bad, you know, as a right winger, because obviously he's you can't get the ball off him. He's very much like Yarmolenko down burn. He's into the box, across the face of goal. Great save from Newell to stop that. Chance here for Oscar. He's clean through on goal. Can he find the back of the net with the goal? Yes, he can. There we go. 2-1 in the game. Philip Max, obviously, attacking fullback out of position, and not too sure why Matt Clark wasn't on the left-hand side since he is left-footed. I don't know why that happened there. You see number 32 there, Matt Clark, just, I don't know, he just pulled out to cover Yarmolenko and didn't actually go to the man. Yeah, I'll take it, you know, counter-attacking football is what I mainly look to do, and made it 2-1. Chance here for Yarmolenko at the end of the half. Can he go around Adam Webster? Does very well indeed. He's into the box now. Does get taken out by the defender, but no penalty. I'm just going to watch that again. Did actually blow the half-time whistle there, but I don't know how this isn't a penalty, EA. I'm not going to lie. It's nowhere near the ball. Oh, did he get a touch there? I don't think he did. I'm sure that's Yarmolenko's boot and not the defender's. Yeah, it's the defender. Oh. How is this not a penalty? That's clearly Yarmolenko tapping it out wide. And it's quite tight. It might be. Maybe. It is very difficult to tell at match speed. Dan Burn with the ball out wide. It's into the near post to Trossard with the goal to make it 2-2 in the game. Clearly Dan Burn's quite decent at right wing. I think that's Trossard anyway, number 11, with the goal to make it 2-2. It's, you know, because they played a 5-2-3, obviously the fullbacks are very attacking, so the fullbacks are finding it quite difficult to stop the crosses. Oh, that's a poor touch from Max Lowe, but just about dealt with the cross. Now to counter-attack, hopefully. We have got Josephson on the pitch just to add a bit of pace up front. Down to Van Bergen. It's in the box. Can he find the back of the net? Yes, he can. Van Bergen with the goal. We haven't really played him that much this season, which is quite a shame because obviously we only did sign him in January of this season. Well, last season technically, but yeah, he's still only 21 and 75 rated, so plenty of growth left in him. And a very pacey player, you know. He's basically Josephson, but with a bit of quality and 5-star weak foot. And there we go, full time against Brighton Hove Albion, a nice 3-2 victory. Very tough game indeed. Could have easily gone the other way if things went differently, but yeah, a couple of defence. Like I think because of their attacking fullbacks, which both helped and hindered them. You know, attacking wise, they're very good with those attacking fullbacks, but then on the counter attack, I managed to turn it around and get the win. So with that win against Brighton Hove Albion, it does put us on to 14 points after 12 games, puts us up to 13th, and yeah, it's just a nice little cushion between us and the relegation zone, which is good to see. Obviously, our next game is against Leicester City, who are currently in 5th, above the likes of, you know, Spurs, Everton, Man United, and Arsenal. So it should be a very tough game indeed. We are at home though, so that does, you know, it just helps slightly. You can just tell the difference, you know, between a home and away game massively. And yeah, we've got Liverpool at the end of the month, so you know, if we are going to keep in the Premier League, obviously these games against Brighton, maybe Leicester, you could say, since it's a rivalry. But yeah, Burnley, you got to win those kind of games. So yeah, I'm not too fussed if we get anything from this Leicester game. They are a very tough team in 5th at the minute. I'm gonna have to. I really want to put that pink kit on, but obviously with our white kit in the sun, it will be a bit of a clash. So I'm thinking probably just going for the all blue kit. Here we are then for the home game against Leicester City. Technically our rivals, but you know, I wouldn't say they are rivals really. They're literally the most neutral team in the country. I don't think anyone really cares about Leicester as a rivalry, really. They are just like, I don't know, just one of them teams. They're not really, I don't know, it's a bit of a weird one, Leicester. They're literally like in the middle of nowhere, but yeah, Schmeichel in goal, of course. James Milner at left back, very good indeed. Nathan Ake and Ben Nikovic, and then Pereira at right back. Then Prayet, Tielemans and Maddison in that midfield three. Belotti, Benaventura and Pavon up front. It's a very strong team indeed. Obviously James Maddison's going to be towards the 85 mark now, with that growth, of course. Bonaventura and Belotti probably towards 84, 85 as well. So it is a very strong Leicester team indeed. We've obviously gone for Bowen and Marriott up top with Yarmolenko, but other than that, no changes. And Shinny into Marriott with the shot and into the back of the net. An absolute power drive from Jack Marriott to make it 1-0 in the game. Just getting the first goal in the game just makes it a lot easier, of course, and it's so critical for us to get it, of course. Not the best from Nathan Ake, to be honest. I think he could have done a lot better there to stop Marriott from turning, but yeah, he gets the goal and makes it 1-0. It's in the box with James Maddison. He's done well, put it across the face of goal, and Bonaventura has made it 1-0, just like that, like literally out of nothing. Leicester do get back into the game there. As you can see, it's just that little gap there, turns around Saliba really nicely, and very easy indeed for the Italian to make it his 7th goal of the season.
So much action at both ends.
Over the top here for Pavon, very easy indeed. Chance to get the shot off now, he does, and into the back of the net. Just caught us on the counter-attack there. We just had a corner, and men weren't quite tracking back quick enough, and the Argentinian does make it 2-1. It's, you know, it's a massive gap there in the defence. As you can see, Persher's just being a bit slow to get back, and that did cause the issues, and Leicester have gone into the lead. Chance here on the edge with the shot and in the back of the net, and that's game over. Adrian Silva, the Portuguese international, with the goal there. It's just so difficult. I know we are playing against a very tough team, but it's just so difficult to actually just prevent goals, really. It's, you know, I think scoring goals I'm okay with. It's just stopping the computer from scoring. Much last attack of the game here. Adrian Silva in the box and makes it 4-1. I think we do need to maybe, I don't know, think about goal difference a little bit more, because I am starting to ship a lot of goals, and it may add up at the end of the season where we've got a really bad goal difference, because we do concede quite a few goals. There we go, full time against Leicester City. We have lost 4-1 against our local team, I guess we'll call them. Yeah, there was a moment in that game where I thought maybe we could get something. Obviously the first goal is so important, but even in this game, Leicester did well to come back with a few goals from Adrian Silva, Christian Pavon. You know, that point there at 60th minute, I think if we were a little bit stronger, we could have maybe got something from the game. Next game is against Ghent then in the Europa League. We do have Liverpool on the Sunday, but you know, realistically at Anfield, are we going to get any points? Probably not. So I don't mind playing our first team in this game and just completely destroying their fitness for the Liverpool game. Then we could just play a rotation team against Liverpool, and I just don't see us ever getting anything from Liverpool. So yeah, let's go into the game away from home in Belgium. I don't quite understand why this take us like 5 or 6 seconds, maybe even 10, just to load in like that. Like any other game, it loads straight away, but Europa League games just take a little bit longer. Since we are away from home, I will use our alternate kit, give them their blue kit, and yeah, I think I will go for Marriott up top. I think, you know, he is getting goals for us, which I can't really complain with. It's just defensively, I don't know what I can do to just stop goals from going in, really. We just seem to have a bit of a leaky defence. Maybe just since it is the cup, I will put Castagne in the defence. He is, you know, 6'1", a lot taller than Bogle. And I also go for probably Scott Malone. Max has actually grown to a 76 rated player now. Very pacey indeed with 87 pace, but you know, he is only 5'9", so at times does get out-strengthened. Here we are then against Ghent in the Europa League. We still can technically finish top of the group if, because obviously we are playing PSV in the last game. If we beat PSV at home, yeah, it's still doable. Ghent were actually quite decent, I remember. Odija, a foe from Norwich in the midfield, was quite good, and El Kadori. Kanate up front as well, very tall and powerful. But defensively, I don't think they were the best in the world, so we should be okay. But it is in the rain, which just makes it about 10 or 20% harder to play, because obviously just passes are a lot more slower and dribbling's a bit more sluggish. So we'll have to wait and see how we do. Into Oscar, now into Shinny. Hughes was further forward and Shinny was further back, but Oscar's found his way into the box with the shot and with the goal. Lovely bit of play from Oscar to make it 1-0. Of course, we are in a much tougher like Rooney in the Championship was ridiculous because of how much better he was than most of the defenders who are like, you know, high 60, maybe even 70 rated. Now that we're in the Premier League and the Europa League, obviously we're playing against like 80 rated defenders, so it is going to be a lot harder for those moments of magic to happen. Yeah, it's great that we got the first goal as always. Chance here to get Yarmolenko down the middle on his weaker foot with the shot and with the goal. Does make it 2-0 and gets us into a really comfortable position. I just need that. I need a bit of comfort. Like, so many games have been like, we score, then they score, and you know, just to be able to win a game comfortably with his weaker foot was quite decent now. I think he's got about 3 or 4 star weak foot, so yeah, good little right-footed volley to make it 2-0. Let's see if we'll really off the bench. Still has the ball somehow. Hendrick's got it now, now into Malone. Can he get a decent shot off from the left back? Yes, we can. Scott Malone with a rare goal to make it 3-0. He's actually quite decent in this game. Obviously at 6'2". You know, just having that bit of presence at fullback is quite nice. Very good player, of course. And yeah, for this season he's okay as a backup left back, but I think going forwards, either in January or the next summer window, we're definitely going to have to look to improve there. There we go, full time against Ghent, a nice 3-0 victory away from home in the Europa League. Does guarantee us through to the knockout stage, but our final game is against PSV, which we can potentially win to make sure we get top position. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what kind of teams are finishing top and second, because maybe finishing, like in the World Cup, maybe finishing second might be better. Message here from Christian Bielik wanting to play the next game. Obviously, we haven't played a lot with him, to be honest. So I do kind of understand where he's coming from. But yeah, Liverpool in the next episode is going to be a very tough game indeed to kick off the episode. I'd be interested to see what kind of fitness. It's not the worst, to be honest. I was expecting a lot worse. Obviously, Yarmolenko probably going to have to be swapped out for... I'll probably put Wilson in because it is against his former club, of course. Derby and lukewarm form. Great little news article there. I think like overall, you know, being 15th in the table, we do have a game in hand, of course. Who else? So of Watford. Yeah, we're currently 3 points clear of the relegation zone, so it's one of those where we do need to start picking up points here and there. Obviously, Liverpool aren't probably going to be one of those games, but yeah, we have played against, you know, if you think about it, we've played City, we've played Wolves, Everton, about to play Liverpool, Man United's at the end of December, we've played Chelsea, so we've got a lot of these lower teams to play. We haven't played Forest. I think, did we play? We might have played. Yeah, we played Forest like second or third game, didn't we? And we lost, I think. But yeah, we haven't played Burnley or Stoke. We haven't played Palace yet. We haven't played. You know, we've played most of the big teams so far, and we're already not in the relegation zone. So I'm quite happy where we are. After this Liverpool game, we have a stretch of games which are winnable. You know, these next 3 Prem after the Liverpool game are Burnley, Crystal Palace and Stoke, and even Southampton and Stoke City again. So December will get us a lot of points, I think. But it is a busy period, of course. And we do have that big game. Yeah, see, that's the annoying thing. You know, that game technically should be on the Sunday. But then again, we are already qualified in the Europa League, so it would be nice to get the top position. It'd be interesting to see if PSV did win that last game against Craiova. They probably did, but we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, they do. So they're currently 2 points clear. If we do win the game, of course, against PSV, we go top and they go second. Yeah, I'm not too fussed. You know, Roma are quite decent. Marseille are decent. You see, Watford are in the Europa League, and that's why they're not doing well in the Premier League at the minute. Yeah, Liverpool are in the... Like, I don't want Liverpool in the next round, so maybe finishing top would probably be a lot more beneficial, because I definitely don't want Liverpool. We've only conceded 2 goals in 5 games and scoring 19, so I don't even want to know what's going to happen in the next game. So yeah, I think finishing top is what we definitely need to look at in the next episode against PSV. So that's going to be a really good one. Obviously, this episode is kind of difficult, you know, when you're in between the 2 transfer windows and you're just playing games. I'm not too sure what I can really show you other than the actual gameplay. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. I'm not too sure if we get money for getting to the knockout stage of the Europa League. You do on Football Manager, but then again, I don't know about FIFA. So yeah, we'll wait and see. Of course, I may look. I think another striker is probably what I need. Who's a little bit taller, like Jimenez, for example. That is the perfect model player. If anyone can think of a cheaper but similar quality version of Jimenez, maybe a bit younger as well. He is 29 years old, but yeah, 6'2", you know, pretty pacey as well, with close to 80 pace, 80 strength as well. You know, he is exactly what we need up front in certain games, just to keep the ball and making sure we get the wins. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. Leave a like rating if you did enjoy, and see you soon. Bye.